Justin Gaethje, a collegiate wrestler who doesn't wrestle. He's got powerful hands and willingness to engage. He has no problem moving forward, swinging wild. Paddy Pimblett, a big, strong grappler. Paddy's listed as a smaller person here. He will look bigger in the cage, and I think he is bigger. He's 5'10", Justin Gaethje's 5'11". I don't believe those numbers. Paddy Pimblett is big as shit for this weight class, and when he uses that size and he comes forward and he drags it to the ground, he has a lot of success. On the ground, he's a very slick grappler with incredible control. And if you told me a year ago that Paddy Pimblett would be a UFC champion, I would call you gay, I would accuse you of being a British homer, and I would send you packing. But here we are. We are just a few weeks removed from the bowl cut king holding a UFC belt. And I love Justin Gaethje. I love Justin Gaethje. He's a dying breed of savage in the UFC, but I don't think he wins here. He was a collegiate wrestler, but he doesn't wrestle. And while I wouldn't want him wrestling in this matchup, I think the problem is he's going to need to defend some takedowns, and those aren't great either. He just got taken down by Rafael Fiziev.
Keeps his chin way up in the air. I know that's why people love him. I know people love Paddy Pimblett because of that. The problem is, though, I just don't like seeing that and then trying to justify picking him to beat Justin Gaethje, who just beat Rafael Fiziev a couple of times in the last few years. Now, I know that Fiziev was short notice in this one, coming off an injury, and he, it is what it is. But another thing about Gaethje I want to bring up too is recently in his career, he's kind of just sort of started to wrestle a little bit more. This no wrestling thing that he did have going on for a long time, he's kind of abandoned it, which I think is good. I know that Paddy Pimblett's grappling is really elite, and if Gaethje tries to take him down, it probably would be a mistake, but that tells me the wrestling is something that he's still got in his back pocket, something that he can use to keep the fight on the feet, keep the fight standing. And I think that when the fight is standing, yes, Pimblett looks so good against Chandler. I think Chandler just sucks, I'll be honest. I think I was wrong about Chandler. I think that's also part of it too. I think Gaethje goes out there and beats Paddy Pimblett, man. I think he's the much better striker out of the two. We've seen him go 5 rounds. We saw him go 5 rounds against Holloway. I know that he got knocked out in the last second of that fight, and, it did kind of suck for that. I actually think I picked Holloway to beat him, though. I can't actually remember. But anyway, it kind of sucked for Gaethje for that to have happened, but, it did kind of create a viral moment that people are still trying to recreate to this day.
The UFC's up business. Paddy versus Gaethje is a bigger fight than Arman versus either of those two.
Okay.
It's a Paramount biggest first pay-per-view. I'm talking with my hands a lot.
I got one.
Go on.
No, I'm good.
Who you guys got? Paddy versus Gaethje? It's an interesting fight.
I got Paddy all day.
I
He's
do too.
Bad, dude. He's good.
It's weird though. It's like 3 years ago you asked me that. I'm like, I don't know. Jared Gordon beat him. It's like, but now Paddy's on it. Paddy's good.
Who did Justin just fight, recent?
Justin hasn't fought him.
He got knocked
last
out.
fight.
The last fight he got knocked out, right? By Holloway?
Max? Oh, shit. Justin or
No,
That was Justin, but Max Holloway knocked him out, yeah?
No,
they were just
37. He's
in
not
the
gonna.
pocket.
His last fight, he's not gonna get KO'd and then come and do a title fight, is he?
Not his last fight.
He beat Rafael Fiziev. So he lost to Max, then he beat Rafael Fiziev.
Lobov highlighted Justin Gaethje's long history in 5-round wars, stressing that experience under sustained pressure isn't hypothetical, it's proven. And while Gaethje may not actively hunt grappling exchanges, simply having wrestling as a defensive tool could be enough to deny Paddy Pimblett the control he relies on to impose his game.
Ilya or Paddy? I mean, the fight not happening. It's Justin or Paddy now. Paddy got to get past Justin. Justin's a tough fight, bro. I don't know. A lot of people sleeping on Justin on the Paddy fight, which just makes me ridiculous.
Discussion shifted back to striking, with analysts noting that Gaethje's ability to survive chaos and still deliver meaningful damage late makes him uniquely dangerous, especially against a fighter like Pimblett, who's fan favorite. Style sometimes walks a thin line between confidence and exposure.
Interim title on the line. Patrick Pimblett taking on Justin Gaethje.
Yeah, and the retirement of a legend. The human highlight reel hasn't got that nickname for nothing. Justin Gaethje has been a phenomenal athlete in the UFC, a former interim champion, former BMF champion. The body of work he puts down means that for me he's first ballot Hall of Famer. But it all ends on January 24th when Mr. Patrick Pimblett will become interim lightweight champion. How do you want it, boys? Knockout, submission? It ain't going past 2. Take your pick.
As well.
Nick, is described as a fighter built for disorder, someone who dictates tempo through pressure and positioning, using his wrestling background not to dominate, but to deny. By forcing the fight to stay in uncomfortable spaces, his durability can take over. Still, Gaethje Faber acknowledged the constant threat Pimblett presents on the ground, pointing out that submissions and positional control remain equalizers. Even so, Faber ultimately leaned toward Gaethje's experience managing range, pace, and damage as tools that could smother those dangers before they fully develop.
Your enthusiasm. Of course I do. I don't know if it's going to be quite so easy. You got to remember Justin Gaethje is a really good wrestler, so he can maybe stop the takedowns. Yeah. We also know that he has beautiful striking and serious knockout power. However, we have got to remember 2024, what was one of the biggest knockouts? It was Max Holloway flatlining Justin Gaethje, face planting him on the octagon. I'm not saying Paddy can't win. I'm just saying I think it might be a little bit tough.
O'Malley brought a different angle to the debate, focusing on how far Pimblett has progressed, arguing that earlier doubts no longer apply and that the damage Gaethje has absorbed in recent wars raises real concerns once the fight turns physical and prolonged. Paul Felder tied it together by calling the matchup razor-thin, explaining that Gaethje's discipline and power clash sharply with Pimblett's evolving composure and versatility, creating a fight where momentum can flip in an instant. Danger exists in every exchange. Certainty disappears the moment
I also get how Justin Gaethje got here. Yeah, he was just 2 fights ago, face down on the canvas at UFC 300 in what will live forever as one of the greatest knockouts of all time. I get it. I saw it. My live reaction to that was like, oh my God. But you know what you get with Justin Gaethje? You get a kid who shows up, throws down. He's an exciting guy. He will get in your face. He will punch. He's not going to play some boring bullshit. He will fight. So the UFC was met with a challenge. Their champion's getting a divorce, so he stepped away. And now they need to either hold up the entire division or put together a freaking fight for the boys. So they put together a fight for the boys, and this is what they came up with, and I don't hate it.
Long before Pimblett and Gaethje ever face off inside the Octagon, the MMA world splits into loud, emotional camps because veterans, analysts, and fighters all sense this matchup strikes a nerve. It's where chaos meets legacy, where raw momentum collides with scars earned through years of warfare, and where no one can pretend confidence lasts longer than a single.
Justin Gaethje, a collegiate wrestler who doesn't wrestle. He's got powerful hands and willingness to engage. He has no problem moving forward, swinging wild. Paddy Pimblett, a big, strong grappler. Paddy's listed as a smaller person here. He will look bigger in the cage, and I think he is bigger. He's 5'10", Justin Gaethje's 5'11". I don't believe those numbers. Paddy Pimblett is big as shit for this weight class. And when he uses that size and he comes forward, he drags it to the ground, he has a lot of success. On the ground, he's a very slick grappler with incredible control. And if you told me a year ago that Paddy Pimblett would be a UFC champion, I would call you gay. I would accuse you of being a British homer, and I would send you packing. But here we are. We are just a few weeks removed from the bowl-cut king holding a UFC belt. And I love Justin Gaethje. I love Justin Gaethje. He's a dying breed of savage in the UFC, but I don't think he wins here. He was a collegiate wrestler, but he doesn't wrestle. And while I wouldn't want him wrestling in this matchup, I think the problem is he's going to need to defend some takedowns, and those aren't great either. He just got taken down by Rafael Fiziev.